How's it going, guys? aRenG Live here, and today we're gonna be farming Dr. Crowler level 40 once again, but this time we're using a slightly different deck. Last time we did use a free-to-play version. This time it's a little bit more expensive, but it could be considered a slight bit more consistent depending on, well, if you have the cards. I heard a lot of people don't have a Spirit Barrier, so I mean, you can't help it. So I'm going to be using this deck today. It's a basic Cerberus farm deck. I have been experimenting with a lot of different types of farm decks. For one, the one I used yesterday, also Cerberus works, or at least this version of Cerberus that I'm showing off today. And Dark Paladin farm deck works as well. Other farm decks that work are Elements Unite if you build it a certain way, and probably the most consistent is Labyrinth Builder, which I'm not showing off because I mean most people already know that. But GG, man. I'm showing you a bunch of other alternatives. But for today, we're showing off this Cerberus farm deck. Now, like, you can lose with this deck depending on your first turn. It depends on how your first turn works. If you don't have the protection, you're probably gonna get wrecked. But this deck actually is pretty consistent. It actually does work. So the main thing you gotta do is we run Draw Sense Light, and I'm telling you guys to run this because Draw Sense Light is more accessible to a lot of new characters, so you can use it to farm skills as well. With the Paradox Brothers decks, you can only farm skills on him, and if you have been using him, then your skills for him are probably already maxed out. I mean, you probably already have everything you need. So it kind of like a killing two birds with one stone kind of method. You want to use these other obscure decks so you can farm with other characters. So today we're using Cerberus at 1. That's all you really need. And then we're running a bunch of protection like Super Rush Headlong. If you don't have 3, you can probably run as many as you want, as long as you run a lot of Econs and Half Shut if you have it. Other cards that work actually is Blustering Winds. This card is pretty cool actually. It basically just gives you attack and defense for a whole full turn, you and your opponent's turn, so your opponent cannot attack you if you go into defense. I recommend using this on the turn that your opponent has a card face down, so you can go ahead and activate it. He can switch you to defense and you won't get run over. So this is just until you build up all your stats and whatever. Other cards we're running are Acid Rain, which is actually really good in this deck because all it really does is destroys all of Crowler's face-up machine monsters. So this can get over all of his threats that he has on the field. So there's that. We're running some Shards of Greed for that draw power, and Anti-Magic Arrows, which is really good for stopping him on the last turn. So aside from that, we're running the Last Turn Engine, which is Gravekeeper's Vassal, and that's pretty much it, to be honest. It's a pretty straightforward deck. If you do not have Anti-Magic Arrows, you could also run Trap Jammer, but I wouldn't recommend it as much. If you have this, you're going to have to run this because it is a spell. It also does benefit Cerberus. But you don't really need it. I mean, if you do have a Trap Jammer or maybe even Straight Flush, that could work as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right in and I'll show you guys how this deck works. Alright, and here he is, Dr. Valiant Crowler, using the Paradox Bros because they have the Draw Sense Light ability. I think not many of my characters have it. I think Weevil has it as well, but whatever. For me, the Paradox Brothers are pretty much my farm deck users. They're the Parafarm Brothers. So let's see what he does. He's going first. This is usually kind of annoying because you want to get hit, but you don't want to get hit too hard. So right now he's got, what, 16, I think? Alright, so we're going to see what we got. We could activate that now, but I don't want to. Let's see. Alright, so first turn we didn't draw any Econs or anything. That's why I could also recommend bumping up Econ to 3 because it does protect you in these situations. But in this situation, we could possibly survive. So let's just see what we can do. You don't want to activate your Shards of Greed yet. Awesome, he's actually tributing, so that's perfect. So he's gonna go ahead and deal 22, I believe, or 23. Yeah, 23. That's fine. So now that we took damage, we get our skill. So let's go ahead and activate our skill. Instead of drawing, we draw a light monster. We only have one light monster in the deck, and that is Cerberus. So now we can go ahead and bust out Cerberus. There he is. So now we're gonna go ahead and start activating all of our stuff. Shard of Greed, power him up a little bit. He's at 19. One thing I could do right now is I can set this, but I kind of don't want to. I usually like saving Blustering Winds for when he has face down cards, but I could also activate it now. I will go ahead and set this though, and I'm gonna go ahead and activate it because my attack is just not high enough. Let's go ahead and power up our monster. Becomes like, yeah, 3,400. Really strong. So let's go ahead and end. We're pretty good now. So let's see what he does. Switch to defense. Activating the castle to bring out another one. Ancient Gear Golem. Alright, GG, dude. So he's already got the Golem. Just straight up. And let's see. So now we gotta power up past 3,000 because we're at 24 right now. And we only have one counter on the Shard of Greed. So we could technically activate this, but I like saving it. So we could save it for our opponent's turn before the attack. Remember, you don't wanna chain to his attack because this guy stops your back row basically until the end of the battle phase or whatever, or into the damage step. There you go. So you don't want to do that. What we are gonna go ahead and do is just activate not activate it, set it. I'm gonna set it just in case. And we're gonna pass. Alright, so now he's got the, let's go ahead and switch this to on. Just to make sure we got this right. So now, he's powering up his monster by 600. So he's definitely trying to power over us right now. So we can go ahead and activate Half Shut to kind of just stop him in his tracks. Oops, that's not what we want to stop. We want to stop Ancient Gear Golem. Alright, so let's stop the Golem. We probably timed it wrong, but I think we cut him down to 15 and he gets powered up. Yeah. Alright, it doesn't matter. We still get the power up, so we're all set. Now he cannot attack us, so we're all good. And we just gotta keep doing that. We gotta keep powering up. Got another Super Rush. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? Stop it. Oh yeah, it's on. That's why. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get our draws. Shard of Greed activates. Give me some decent draws here. Alright, and we got our Acid Rain. Awesome. Let's go ahead and activate it. Get rid of his stuff. We're gonna take a bit of damage though, but that's fine. Also lowers the amount of Ancient Gear tanks he has because he can run into you. He can run into you and completely wreck you. So right now what we're doing is we're gonna just set this. Why not, right? You know what? No, we're gonna pass. We're gonna wait. But the strategy remains. All you're doing is powering up your monster as much as you can. He is getting powered up by your opponent's cards, so all this stuff is benefiting us. He does use a lot of spells too. So we got that Econ. I actually do like saving that, so let's go ahead and set that. In the situations where he does activate his zero gravity card or whatever. So we're gonna have to pass. Alright, let's see what we got. We do not want to attack his stuff. He's just gonna play in defense now because he has nothing to get over our Cerberus, unless he does draw his zero gravity card or whatever it's called. I keep forgetting the name of it. I think it's zero gravity. But we're gonna go ahead and keep passing. We have an Econ to protect us, and let's wait. All right, and it's all about using it in the right situation. Since you can't usually chain to a lot of his attacks, you have to wait towards when he enters the battle phase. Because once he enters battle phase, he cannot change his monster's positions. So then you can activate Econ, switch his monster defense before he even attacks you. So right now we have a pretty full hand. We're going to keep passing. And it looks like he's just going to keep drawing as well. It's just who can get their key cards first. So let's keep drawing. There it is. We got that Shard of Greed. Go ahead and activate that. Alright. So we're getting stronger and stronger. And we're at what? 6 cards left in deck? We're all set, dude. If he really needs to, like if he sets that card, we can also Super Rush or activate Super Rush beforehand. And right now we're gonna go ahead and pitch the Acid Rain because he's not gonna put his monster's attack position anymore. Not anymore, unless he gets that one card, but we'll be safe. So next turn we're getting some draws. All right, he's got it. He's got the face down. He's not switching his stuff though. All right, cool. Alright, perfect. Perfect card we needed, actually. So let's go ahead and activate the Shard of Greed. Draw some more cards in our deck. And we got our other copy of Econ. Awesome. So let's go ahead and activate this. Blustering Winds. You can also save it for the last turn if you really need to. But right now I'm using this just because he set one. If he set a card, it kind of makes me a little bit scared because you never know what he might have, right? Well, technically he's going to have that trap card, and it's going to put me in defense. But I do have 2,400 defense now, so I think we're all set. I think we're pretty safe right now. I'm going to go ahead and... am I going to have to discard? I think I am. I could always discard a Super Rush, but Super Rush is the best card, to be honest, because all you have to do is, before he attacks, you call Earth, and he won't attack you with anything. So let's go ahead and discard Econ, maybe. Yeah. Gonna get rid of Econ. And I guess I'm gonna have to discard a Super Rush. I still have one on the field. You gotta remember that. Alright, is it time? Okay, he's not pushing it. He's not pushing it. So we got one more turn left. So we're all set. I think we're pretty good right now. So we can go ahead and pretty much just pass. I mean, if he does, I guess I'll show you guys a strategy where he attacks you. Let's see if he does, just to begin with. We're gonna get rid of Blustering Winds. Could have also said it, but I didn't want to clog up my field in case whatever reason. So let's see. Got the castle, that's fine. I'm getting stronger. To be fair, I'm as strong as I need to be. I don't really need to get any stronger, but whatever. We got the last card, which is an Acid Rain, which we cannot use because all his cards are face down. Like I said, he's not gonna put his stuff in face up attack position unless he does something, like unless he's got some kind of weird plan. But for now, let's go ahead and start doing all our last turn shenanigans, and that involves summoning Vassal. Alright, I'm gonna make sure I have all my stuff ready. So, Vassal, and the good thing is, all these cards also power up Cerberus, so he's gonna get even stronger, which is pretty cool. So, there we go. Power him up with that. Let's power him up with this as well. Sorry if you guys hear a car in the background. That's freaking neighbors just turning on their truck and just revving it for no reason. I don't know why. But let's see. We got the other Union attack. Power up. Alright, we got a lot of counters already. I think we have everything we need. I could just activate this just for the lulz, dude. Just to do it. Just to power up my Cerberus, dude. You know what? Just for that disrespect, I'll target Earth. And I'll activate the other one just to see how many counters I can get. Alright. I'm going to do it on him. And we're going to call... Oh, look, you can't call Earth twice. Huh, that's weird. I never noticed that. Whatever, we'll call it anything else light. It doesn't matter. We're not going to attack his monsters. So now, we can go ahead and make sure that things to auto are on. So we can go ahead and enter battle phase. And we can go ahead and activate anti-magic arrows, and that completely shuts him down. Our monsters, 17,500 attack directly right in the mouth. Get wrecked, Crowler. But whatever. Now that we got him, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the score. I don't always get like 8,000 with this, but it is an option for you guys that cannot run the deck I ran yesterday, the free-to-play deck. You don't have Bastion or whatever. So let's see what we get. 7,200, and that's on average what you're mostly gonna get, about 7,000. But it's a pretty decent deck to at least farm him, right? It's either this or just use any other deck and get like 3,000 or 4,000 max. But that's pretty much it. If you guys would like me to show off any other decks, I'm kind of okay with just showing off these two different farm decks. But if you guys really want, like if you can't find other decks, I'd be glad to show off other ones. I know Labyrinth Builder works, Dark Paladin works. One of my favorites actually is Elements Unite with a Gate Guardian. That one works as well if you run it a certain way, but the consistency is a little bit weak on some of these decks. Probably the best bet is Labyrinth Builder. But if you guys would like me to cover any of the other farm decks, let me know in the comment section below. But if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Duel Links shenanigans. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today. Have a great day, and see you guys.